Welcome to the commonplace where we're commonly uncommon.
And today we have the beautiful Miss Sue. Go ahead and introduce yourself if you would.
What's up, everybody? So my name is Sue. I'm an artist based in Atlanta, Georgia. And thank you to Key and Zion for
thank you
We're
for
glad to
joining
have
us
you.
too. Exactly. We're really glad to have you. So jumping right into it, I would just like to start with what's some of your upbringing? Like what got you into music?
That's a good question. I don't know. Honestly, I've always been kind of different a little bit, if you would say. I've kind of like always been a person that stuck to myself. I've always been interested in like the entertainment world. Growing up, I watched a lot of, American Idol, America's Next Top Model, just a lot of stuff that dealt with people being on TV. In addition to that, I grew up with my mom singing in the kitchen all the time to church music. And my older brother, he rapped as well. He used to have like this beatbox that he would, have in his room making beats.
So music was like,
yeah. So I think just, a mixture of both of those, it kind of just infused an entertainer or just a character.
It took out that, it put that spirit into you.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's really good. So not a lot of people, well, I'm pretty sure nobody would know where we met, but it was actually, what was it, about a week ago now that we met? And it was, and I'll speak from my experience, but it was late at night and I'm just like mentally drained. I'm like, okay, well, I'm ready to go. I already did my performance. Like it's my scene, but it isn't my scene. I really don't care too much for it. But I'm like, my uncle was like, all right, at 1:00 we'll go. I was like, all right, bet. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, it's like 12:50 something. I'm just like, I'm sitting over there in my little space about to get nod off, but I'm like, I ain't finna nod off because number one, always be prepared. And number two, I ain't going out like that. So all I hear is, I just hear this voice. And I'm like, so then I look up and I'm like, okay, I'm hearing something good. And the speakers was that wasn't that good. So I was like, all right, I don't know if I'm just hearing something or what. So then I heard, who? I can't sing like that, so I'm sorry if I'm messing up the stuff. But I heard the vocals and I had to get up. I'm like, why is this touching my soul at 1:00 in the morning? Like that's something that not a lot of stuff does. I guess because I listen to so much music. So just for you to be able to do that and reach my soul is something that I feel like is very important for artists. So how do you feel as though your music impacts something?
Yeah, that's so deep.
deep. I wish I was there to hear it.
Right. So much. Honestly, all of my music is from experience. Literally, I write all of my music. I have an amazing, partner that records with me in the studio, and we collab on certain things, and we kind of go back on ideas of what sound better than whatever. But for the most part, I write all of my own content. All of it is true story. And I think for me, I'm all about learning, going through experiences, again, learning and knowing how to move forward in the next situation to make sure that I'm making better decisions and things like that. So for me and my music, I basically try to paint a picture, tell a story, give an experience, and kind of acknowledge how I overcame the experience. And hopefully people, can, if they haven't, made it through their experience that may be the same as mine, they can take something away and apply it to what they may be going through to get through whatever hurdle or, thing they may be.
That's good. A lot of artists don't do that nowadays to try to use their music to inspire or get other people to a different level. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, I definitely want to say like that's very inspirational. So do you have anything you would like to say for somebody that's kind of going through like a mental block when it comes to making music? Like do you ever go through those, and how do you get through those experiences?
Oh, I've been writing for 5 years now, almost 6 years. And when I first started, I would get mental blocks all. And even now, I may get it, but not often. The way that I, write my music is I make sure that I'm speaking from an experience. So if I'm speaking from an experience, it's a little bit easier for me to talk about it and go through. I'm sorry, write an actual song to it.
Yeah.
And give myself breaks. I'll, take maybe 2-3 days, maybe even a week, so that I can actually go through something, so that I do have something to write about. Also, in regards to mental blocks, I would definitely say it's really good if you get outside of your normal environment and like go somewhere else that's a little bit more, quieter, a little bit, the environment is nicer, the air is different. I don't know, maybe even just, sit by the water to where you have a little bit of sound to actually open up your emotions.
I feel, you know what? That's crazy because I made a song when I was in Cali a few months. It's been about a month now, but when I was in Cali, and that was probably the most inspiration I ever had for a song. Just being like, because it was like 9 something in the morning, and I was just out there, and I really like that was my first time really feeling like if I get into a different place or if I go to a different environment, I can get different feelings from something. And I'm kind of new as an artist. I've only been I've been writing as a child, but actually putting those words into like a track wise, it's been about 5 months. So that was definitely a new experience for me. And I know Zion over there is trying to get into a whole bunch of stuff.
A whole bunch, yeah. I mean, music is one part, but I'm taking that slow, patient with that.
He's trying to get
Yeah.
there. So
You can do whatever you want, whatever you put your.
that is true. I
So
try to
true.
get him. I try to get him.
We working on it.
Yeah,
We working on it.
Billionaires, 7 streams of income.
that is true. So
So true.
speaking of that, what jobs do you have or current jobs are you currently working on? So,
As far as like, what do I like income? How do I make income?
yeah. Or just like anything, like what you up to? Let the people know.
So honestly, I'm really just grinding for real.
Hey,
I
that's
have
great.
have a job, obviously it helps me, bring in income so that I can invest in myself. But for the most part, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I work my 9 to 5. I make my income. I invest in myself, invest in my music, networking, and that's pretty much it. Just investing and grinding for real, like grinding seriously.
Yeah, I feel like that's a blueprint for a lot of artists. Is what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You get that 9 to 5 for right now. So in the future, what I'm saying, you put that money to the side, or you start, stacking those expenses for what you actually want to do. So when it comes that time to where you finally get the opportunity, you just take, what I'm saying, full advantage of it. And
Right.
that's exactly what a lot of artists got to start doing more. So
Right.
I've been seeing, I've been stalking your IG just a little bit, and I see you've been hanging out with DJ Popo a lot and a lot of these other DJs. So what's going on with that?
Big shout out. I have so many people that I would just love to shout out that have like really helped me along my way and like has given me support and believed in me on a different level that I hadn't yet believed in myself. My mentor Aniam, my family, definitely my friends, my dope friend Khalid, who has held me down for a really long time through my worst days ever. Major shout out to DJ Popo. I actually did a show at ATO members, and he was DJing that night. Actually, that was his first night in that lounge or bar DJing, and it was my first night actually ever performing. And when I got on stage, I do my little spill, I talk a little bit, and I said, shout out to the DJ, all that good stuff, just, my normal energy. And we just connected. We exchanged information, IGs. And he was basically like, hey, like, I want to hang. I want to talk about your music. I want to spin your music, on 95.7. And he has some connects. He has some really, really dope connects. So he's really just on the level of being a DJ and knowing what it takes to break a record and get an artist, really out there. He's really just been putting in that time with me and really just connecting me with the music and with the single that we're getting ready to drop. So it's exciting.
I was about to say,
how did that first performance go for you?
The first performance at that wasn't my first time performing, but
Oh, okay.
that place at that
Uh-huh.
bar first only it was lit. It was
Lit.
lit.
I want to say, I know you can
Supposed
bring
to
the
be like
energy.
that for sure.
Yeah, it was dope. I love performing, honestly.
So, speaking of that first single, is there a little snippet or anything we can get to the people? Anything like that?
So technically, to be honest, I didn't even know the single was gonna, go this far. I didn't even plan on releasing the single until next year. But I went to the club, I performed it, people loved it, and I just kept doing it over and over again when I wasn't supposed to. But yeah, we can play a little bit. We
A
can
little
play
something.
Hey, so y'all peoples bear with me. You know, I'm a little slug when it comes to stuff like this. Let me see.
Now, while he does that, let me ask you: is there like any mainstream artists out there like that gives you inspiration, or like you're trying to like do something they'll do or something like that?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a kind of a short list. So Drake is number one.
I like that.
That is, he's for a really long time. He made a believer of everybody, and I just think he's a star. He's dope, and hands down, you just got to give him his props.
Right.
Beyonce, she's an amazing entertainer. Her work ethic is crazy. When it comes to performing and killing shows, that is definitely who I look up to. Um, when it comes to business, I love Jay-Z and I love Rihanna. I think they both managed to just really dominate in that business.
Well, without further ado, I can help with that. So let me go ahead and get this started. And tell me if y'all can hear it. Can you hear it? Y'all can?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got character and integrity, I give you peace of mind. Know you had a long day, you need an angel on your side. You can plant your seed and I can birth your legacy. Intellectual and sexual, I'm all that you need.
Ooh, that's all you get.
That was nice. You can really feel that. Yeah.
But in December, can't give a date, but it will be out before the end of this year for sure.
We're surely looking forward to it for sure.
So, who helped you create this dope track?
I have to give props to my guy Wanda, Jay Wanda. We're both from Savannah, Georgia. Crazy because we didn't know that when we met each other initially, but we got together. He lives in Atlanta, Georgia. We got together. We just started creating music. The energy was great. The vibes were great. We just connected instantly. And yeah, I would give all props to my guy Jay Wanda.
Okay, well, I need to hit him up. You gotta send IG or something. You got it sound crispy. Look, no offense to my boy Moon, he be getting me right, but hey.
Right.
So I know we just talked about some people you wanted to work with. But are there any local artists you're trying to work with or anything like that at the moment?
Any local artists? To be honest, no.
Not really. I feel it. Hey, sometimes you gotta stay on your lonely.
Right.
I'm really solo right now. Obviously, if I come across a dope artist, then I'm more than happy to. But I'm really thinking like next level. I really want to feature with.
You can get it up there.
Real next level. Right.
I'm about to say you just gotta keep on working and grinding.
Like you said, you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
And me being from Alabama, I know like when I looked at DJ Popo and I saw 95.7, I was like 95.7. I grew up listening to 95.7, 105.7, all that. So I'm like, hold up. She really out here doing big things in life, and I'm very proud of you for that.
That's dope. Thank you.
You definitely deserve it. So without further ado, I would just like to say to all the people, make sure that you check out the song that we just played coming out when? When is that coming out?
In December, first week of December.
Okay, the first week of December.
Sir.
Can you say that again?
It will be coming out first week of December. I'll be releasing the date really, really soon.
Okay, so y'all make sure y'all stalk your Instagram like I did. You'll find it there eventually. But all those things will be plugged down in the description below. And other than that, anything you want to say before we end off?
I just want to say thank you so much for y'all having me on the podcast. It was really, really dope. The questions were amazing. And yeah, to anybody that's like chasing their dream, whether it's in music or whatever it is, I would definitely say just keep going. Like, keep going, stay consistent, and believe in yourself no matter what. I don't care if you're having the worst day ever. Continue believing in yourself.
That's some true stuff right there.
Positive words, right?
So we are the Commonplace, and we are out.